Yo, what's going on, y'all? What's going on? This is the after party, baby. Let me invite some of you guys up here. Yo, what's going on, y'all? What's going on?
Hey, Moon Man, how you doing?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling.
So the title says after party. I missed the party. What's up? Like, come on. Where's my ticket? Where was the yo? Roll through. I didn't even get a roll through. Come on, man. What's up?
I'm sorry. So basically, what we did was we did the Final Frontier giveaway.
Oh, nice, cool.
Um, yeah, we did the New Year's giveaway. We gave away 5 ships and then actually some tokens. Dowcast right here, who's up here, come and say what's up, man. He actually won 10,000 front tokens. So pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy.
Dude,
Don't
that
mind me.
was
I'm just gonna send some invites out.
no, you're good. That was kind of unreal. I don't know how common that is or like how it's not obviously it's not about the initial price, but it's exciting to win 10,000 of something, right? So my mind just goes straight to like how much is that, you know? But I think of it as owning 10,000 shares in Final Frontier, which is I mean, I would hope to do that anyway. So that was really cool though of Ardo to do that.
Question for you. I didn't realize you guys had your own token. So you guys created your own token based on Atlas?
No, so what we can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
Yeah,
hear
we
you.
hear you.
cool. Yeah, this is just a free flowing conversation. We'll talk about whatever. But yeah. So basically, what we did was I'm just sending a link to Discord to get these people in here.
No,
Uh,
take your time. You're good.
After party. Oh. So yeah, so what we did basically was we created the Final Frontier token, FRNT. Let me get Karush up here, and basically what this does is it allows us to. It's like a governance token. It's its own single token. It has nothing to do with uh, Atlas or Polis. I mean, we're all here because of Star Atlas, but the token itself has nothing to do with Star Atlas in a way. I mean, it does because we're giving back to the Star Atlas community. We're providing a way for our community members as well as our team members to actually have some sort of value other than just these NFT ships. We'll do giveaways with that. We'll have incentives. Um, we'll host gaming events and give this out as a prize. You'll have some type of political say so, in the team, holding some, when it comes time to like vote and have a say so. So there's just like kind of like a plethora of things that we're putting together here and really trying to bring with this front token. But it's just a way to give back to the community and a ways for us to raise funds for the team itself, if that kind of makes sense. I'm sure Karish could talk about it as well.
Yeah, Mona, would you mind like tweeting this space so I can read it and like everyone that have any questions can join?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Let's do that. I'm going to share via tweet, I believe. Or wait, yeah, let's do share via tweet.
Yeah, how you doing, Pavilo?
Hi, Kurush. How's it going? I was just
Yeah,
saying to
I
Moon
I
Man, I
didn't
didn't
had
realize
the
that.
chance to join your Atlas spaces. Like I don't
Oh,
know, does know, but this guy here has so many spaces about these and also Atlas. So yeah,
you cut off a little bit there. Could you repeat that?
yeah. I was saying that I didn't have the chance to join your space about the Star Atlas, but uh, I'm just saying this to Moment, like Ipabulio like has so many spaces about Web3, NFTs, play to earn and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's aware. He's part of the crew. So
Awesome, awesome, yeah.
yeah. Um, so the token you guys built, It's based on Ethereum. Oh, sorry, it's based on Solana. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
cool.
exactly. We're on the Solana blockchain.
Very cool. That's awesome. I didn't realize. I mean, it makes sense, right? You want an easy way to have governance and voting and make it easy to um
Yeah, actually,
whatever.
beside that, if you look at it, we're some sort of a startup. Like
Mm-hmm.
the startups go out and like attract investors, sell their shares on a market. So this is the same in a crypto environment. So we got ships, we got money, and we got more importantly, we got community, we got people devoted to the one goal and one vision. So we can tokenize that and like start earning from it, like not earning from it, like not for ourselves, like attract investors so we can like give back to community and help them help our members more. And one important aspect of having a token for a guild like us, because we are a gaming guild, is that in the future we would enter other metaverses, other games. So when we reach out like 10,000 members, they might start like having interaction, financial interaction with each other. So having a governance token, having a token is going to help them. For example, if you're playing Axie Infinity, you want to trade a ship, or if you want to trade with another member of the guild, you can use our token. So it's beneficial in every aspect.
Cool. I'm gonna stop talking and asking question, man, so you can kick off your party.
Hello,
Yeah, yeah. Just to, what's up, black man? What's going on here?
hello.
What's going on, man?
How are you, everybody?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Let me reset the room real quick now that we got a couple of people in here. So everybody out in the audience, thank you for coming in here. It's just a free flowing conversation. Black man has left, so he has left the building. No worries. But this is just a free flowing conversation, man. After we did the Final Frontier giveaway, I like to sometimes do these after parties after big events like that, and we're just really talking casual conversation, just with some friends. Come up here and speak if you would like, and we're just talking NFTs, crypto gaming, cryptocurrency, Solana, blockchain gaming, blockchain, Star Atlas, Final Frontier. We're just talking everything, man. This is just it's a good midday in the Saturday, and we're gonna get it going. So please come up with your ideas and your talking points, and we'll get this thing started, yo. And what were you saying, dude? Every time I try to read your name, man, Impalubo. How do you say your name, brother? I can.
Bruh, man, you went back. You went to the moon, came back, went back to the moon, came back, and then just decided you were not even gonna you're gonna live on the moon with that one, bruh. That was all over the place. Holy crap! It's Apollo Bow. It's Apollo Bow.
Apollo.
Yes.
I gotta. You gotta give me a nickname for you or something because I'm going to botch that name every time, and that's not respectful at all.
Do you know what though? Do you know what though? I believe in you. You know what I'm saying? I
Impala.
believe in. See, you're doing it again, but I believe you're gonna get there. You're gonna get there. Apollo Bow. I believe in you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep supporting you and making sure you get there. No,
We'll get there.
I was gonna ask another question. So
Hmm.
I'm curious, now that the mini game is out, how are you guys feeling about that? Like I'm still just trying, like I was having the hardest time just getting funds over into the platform just to get like, yeah, I don't know why it's messing up for me, but I'm excited to like now that I've been able to transfer and I'm looking at some ships
Right.
to join things. So I'm curious to hear from you guys how you feeling about the mini game and the whole thing,
Yeah. I mean, you guys can hear me, right? I'm making a
Yeah,
little.
we can hear you.
Okay. When it comes to the mini game, man, I think it's so crazy because just the place that it's at and the rewards that we're seeing. We were actually just talking about a couple of people about a couple hours ago. Like you can't get these returns anywhere else with a project that is this solidified and has made themselves a staple in the community. Like you can't go to the bank, put in $1,000 and get 1,000 back in savings, you know what I mean, by the end of the year from interest. It's not happening. It's going to take like 100 years. You can go play the stock market, but unless you're investing in one of the big AI tech companies, Amazon, Alphabet, one of these big players, you're i- you might double it in a year or two, maybe. I mean, we're kind of going in a technology place. You might, I don't know. But and then you can angle yourself into crypto. Okay, so you can take that thousand and put it in any random cryptocurrency, any random PFP NFT. There's just so many risks out there. But when it comes to when it comes to Star Atlas, it's just different. I think the community is so strong. The team is so strong. They talk the talk, they walk the walk, and everything that they developed is so beautiful and it's just good. And now they came out with the mini game, and they did exactly what they said they were going to do. They're giving us rewards that are just way over the top, that are amazing, and it's just there's no better place to invest a little bit of money into some ships and get some money back. There's really no best place you could do that. And I'm sure everybody else would love to speak on it, but that's kind of my thoughts, on the mini game. Is it's just we're here now, and it's amazing.
Just to add a little bit to that, I think that you said a couple really important kind of signifiers of this project, like there's nothing like this. And I want to add one thing to that. The other projects that are close to this are have already been in full swing. Their full project is released. We won't have a full project for, I'm just gonna be conservative here and say 5 years. Hopefully it's three, but this is this isn't just like a idle mystic. Like I hop onto idle mystic, play, trade, breed, and that's all it's ever gonna be. This is the first step of a full blown game. So you have this like weird comfort. This team's not going anywhere. They've got a ton of people building towards a huge, massive project, and there's something really, what's the word? Just like comforting about investing in something like that. Yeah, because I think we all see it as some sort of investing. Does that make sense? We're so early.
Yeah, like I'm prepared to get
Makes
we're so
100% sense. Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm prepared to get we're so early on my tattooed on my chest because I feel like I say it so often, so I don't have to say it anymore. You know.
That's awesome. Yeah. No, I think the biggest. I mean, we are way early, guys. I mean, and that's kind of the point. Building it now, setting that trend, getting in, doing it, and then to the other point that you guys brought up earlier was onboarding is hard. And I think that's one of the biggest hurdles that we in Star Atlas and the entire Solana ecosystem is facing is how do I get these guys that are in traditional markets to be able to put money into these, crypto funds or NFTs or on-chain gaming. And I think that onboarding process has to be better and has to be less filled with a bunch of fees, right? So right now, if I want to put $1,000 in to get it in, what I do is I go through Coinbase, buy Solana. I then pay the fees, which is about $20 usually on $1,000, or $500 is $20. So 1,000, imagine it's 40. I lost $40 right there just to convert it to Solana. I have to then worry about what the market's doing, throwing it over to my Phantom wallet, and hope I don't lose more money in that time. And then I can then take it, convert it from Solana to USDC, and go buy it on the exchange in Star Atlas. That process has to get fixed. I don't know how, but that needs to be fixed before we can really make this go to the masses. And I think that's the biggest hurdle that we face.
Well, like I always say, it's going to be time, right? When I speak about the four currencies of the world, the first one being time, and I know a lot of people have heard it time and time again, but we're early, right? 5% of the world in the crypto space, and out of that 5%, probably only a half a percent are even into blockchain gaming. So think back to when a lot of us heard about Bitcoin for the first time, and you know, my first take on it was, well, I'm investing in real things. There's no way I'm about to invest my real money into. At the time, I saw it as like monopoly money. It was no better than the money in my monopoly game because when Bitcoin first came out, it had no usage, right? You couldn't use it anywhere. All you could do was buy it and hold it. And boy, do I regret not getting Bitcoin under $1. So, but ultimately, that first currency of the world has to kick in. But also, we have to show people something different. And that's what I love about Final Frontier is the community is something different. People are tired of being hurt in the traditional space. They're tired of losing in the traditional space. They're tired of not being able to survive and thrive and have financial freedom and overloading or being overloaded on regulation in a traditional space. And so it's going to take some time to convince the masses that this is the space that they should be in, right? And not just the gaming space, but to get them into the crypto space. So many people are just so hesitant to even make their first purchase. And I agree with Jeff. There has to be down the road an easier way for them to access. But again, we're early. And as you all know, all of the solutions can't be uploaded up front. It's going to take some time. Um, it's just like I spoke on earlier today. I said, people hop into the space and they have this miscommunication or this misperception or this ideology that a project should provide all the utility for its community. That's not true, right? Um, it's not the Bitcoin or the Ethereum or the Solana teams or the Binance teams that are providing all the utility for the community. It's the community providing utility to the tokens, the ATM machines, the payment methods, PayPal, Cash App, Visa, UFC, right? Stadiums that are being named after crypto organizations. This is the community stepping up and saying, hey, this is what's going to be another utility of this token or of this project. And so that's what it's going to take. We need time.
I really love what you're saying there. I think you're nailing a lot of things on the head. And there are two thoughts I had. The first is you're so right about the community because I think that what's interesting is if I look at everything in this space right now, over engineered. Everything is over engineered, and it makes sense. It was built by engineers. It wasn't, if you think about like some of the best products over the last decade or two, it wasn't, it was actually oftentimes just everyday people who had a problem and then they go fix the problem they have. And because they're building to fix a very specific problem, they fix it in the simplest way possible. But blockchain is fascinating because it was solving a really complex problem, and as a result, it required a really elegant solution. But in theory, but if you're like trying to explain it to somebody who's not an engineer, it'll go over their heads. And so, for the longest time, it was engineers and people who had that understanding that they're in this space. And so, as a result, all of the things we're seeing that are being built are like make sense if you're like a if you're in that mindset. You're a programmer, you're an engineer. So for me, I love this idea that the community is now saying, "Hold up, let's help build," because the person who's going to actually create the best wallet, I think, is not going to be some former Silicon Valley engineer. It's going to be some random person who comes out of a different field, maybe design, maybe sales, maybe something else, and just says, "Here's what I think we should do," and it'll be like, what? Oh yeah, I guess that does make sense. Because sometimes the simplest solution is staring you in the face, but trying to perfect it is often preventing you from seeing it. So that's the first thought. So I love this idea that the community is helping to build. The second thought I was having is when I talked on Monday with the co-founder of Netify, it's basically an NFT lending platform, Ernesto. He was doing this thing that I loved when I was asking him questions, where he was relating it back to like everyday things that I understand, right? And I think that that's a huge part of the journey. As I think Jeff, you said, onboarding is an issue. I think a lot of it again is people are just talking at like people are not relating it back to things that people understand. Ernesto explained to me like here's a guild is basically like a real estate holding company. I was like, oh, in what way? And he explained it. I was like, oh yeah, that does make sense. And so when you talk about blockchain gaming or play to earn gaming, oftentimes people are talking about it in language that's really unfamiliar. And what people want, and this is something that was drilled in me early as a marketer, is they want something that feels familiar yet different. And right now, everything feels too different. So I think those are two things that I think will change over time as more people come in and the community is the one who are building the solutions and also helping onboard people as well.
I think that's a really good point, and I think things like what Gary Vee literally just announced that he was doing. Being in the crypto space, we're all fans of Gary Vee, but he's bringing into the general audience in the world and that way of adoption by basically, so he's got the V Friends. If you bought a V Friend, you have a ticket to the next three V Cons that are happening, I think, like this year, 2023 and 2024. But what he's doing, and this is the way that NFTs change the world, he's giving out NFT tickets to these showings. Kind of like if you go to a Chicago Bears game, you get a ticket. If you go to a Blackhawks game or a movie concert, you get a ticket or a wristband. But he's putting that in digital form in an NFT, and he's allowing you to sell it, hold it, do whatever you want with it. But that's the amazing part of the blockchain and NFTs that I think a lot of people don't understand, and that's what's going to bring massive adoption alongside of blockchain gaming, because gaming is going to bring a lot of people in. But this other side of people that don't do gaming, and my parents, for instance, right, your parents, for instance, that they just do what they do, but they're not into crypto or gaming. So it's like, how are they going to be adopted into blockchain gaming? Well, I mean, into crypto. Well, it's going to be things like this, like tickets, and they understand, what if you had that 1996 championship Jordan game ticket, right? You were there when the Bulls won. If you have that ticket, you tell them, well, now there's a digital number attached to it. It's a digital asset that you could show the world, and it gives you proof that you were there. It's good to have that paper ticket, but this gives you digital proof. So I think that's going to be a way that a big adoption comes, is through things like that. And what Gary Vee is pushing and bringing to the world, that's gonna open a lot of people's eyes. Yeah, obviously has a big reach, but do we want to talk about that? Do we want to talk about, like, let's talk about that adoption, and what different ways we might see that actually come, here in the future, and ways that people maybe aren't even paying attention to. We're so deep in it, it's hard to it's hard to look at things from an outside perspective because we're so deep in it.
Hey, Paulo, I want to just really quickly add to something you said earlier, in this vein, kind of in the spirit that the Moon Man just said about adoption. We kind of just saw this happen, I feel like, with, I don't know how many of you work in like SaaS companies where, like we'll say like Shopify, these apps, right? These things where you can, these website builders, let's use website builders for an instance, like back maybe like 15, I guess we'll go 20 years ago, if you wanted to build a website, you had to know HTML. You had to know HTML, you had to know CSS, or you had to pay someone a good amount of money to do that. Now you can go on to Wix, Shopify, Kajabi, Squarespace, anything. Anybody, an elementary school kid could whip up a website in minutes, right? And I think that that is the same thing that we need. I think Crush was saying this as well, or I could be wrong. I think it was Jeff. Jeff was saying this, because it's so hard to buy tokens. That's because developers are creating it. Well, back then, developers were the ones that created these ways in which you can create a website. But today, there are product designers and developers and marketing teams and customer success and all these things that are coming together to build this product so it's easy and effortless for the consumer. And I think that is what we need for the crypto space, and that will make it so that more people can adopt it, more people can see how they can adopt it. And if somebody has an idea today, they may not think, oh, this would be great on the blockchain. They're probably like, oh man, I should, open a storefront. But in 10 years, when people adopt it more, it becomes easier to buy these tokens and easier to enter said metaverse. I think that these types of teams will need to be kind of implemented to build these tools for kind of us lay people. But I just wanted to say that, Jeff and Apollo Boa kind of brought that thought to mind that we see this happen with every industry. Maybe just crypto is next.
Yeah, what's actually fascinating is that I think that it will be faster for crypto. If you think about the timeline between the first website being created and then anybody can just hop online and build a website. I mean, if you let's just let's say that let's call WordPress, let's call like blogs a website for a second. That timeline was still really fucking long, right? It was a long time before that happened. I think it's going to be shorter for crypto, and the reason for that is, as you just said, right? There are people in the development world, in the world of like, uh, de, you know, in the world of Silicon Valley and startups, there are product designers, et cetera, who think about user experience. But I think it will be happening even faster because blockchain and crypto is attracting more diverse talent than any other technology in the past, right? Because there are people who are joining this world that are just like, I'm just an artist. I know nothing about computer science. I hate math. The fact that you're trying to talk to me about math right now makes me want to punch you. I don't want to talk about math, but they're in it because of NFTs. And at the same time, we're getting people who are philosophers, who are political science majors, who are history majors, because it's like, holy shit, we're we're trying to increase collaboration on a scale we've never seen before. Economists, I'm sure there's like, as a econ major and a secret econ nerd, the papers that are being written right now by some PhD students on what this is doing is phenomenal. The papers being written by psychology and sociology people around what's happening right now is probably going to be phenomenal. And I think, and really, whenever you see a really, really amazing acceleration of innovation is when you have a bunch of people from different backgrounds come together. That's why usually innovation comes out of big cities like New York or London, but now we're doing it online. And so I think that you're going to see a lot, all of what we're talking about is going to happen a lot faster. For example, Pool Suite, I'm not super well versed on what they do, but they're a company that popped up, and what they did, as opposed to creating their own wallet, well, actually, they've been around for a while as a like non-crypto thing, but as opposed to creating their own wallet, what they did is actually created an NFT card that integrates with your Apple Wallet, right? And so they just said, you know what? Why worry about MetaMax, Coinbase, or whatever? Why don't we just go to something that people are already using? You can just pull it up on your Apple Wallet that you already use your Visa card on, and you already have your airline tickets on, whatever. And every time you like, again, I'm not super sure of the functionality, but there's like it gives you you can get access to certain events with the NFT, right? And it's in your Apple Wallet, right? Rather than trying to pull up some MetaMask, whatever. So that is a thing. That's a company that was started by, and that Pulse Suite's been around for a while, and it's really a company run by people who are, I guess, effectively event planners and party promoters, right? And they've probably delivered the best innovation in wallets, in the crypto wallet space, in my mind, because they were like, hey, you don't have to download anything else. Do you have an iPhone? Great, you can get out NFT. Like that's huge. I know some people might disagree. Like, why should you? We should be everything should be decentralized. But that's the kind of stuff that's going to happen to get more people on board. And those guys, I mean, obviously they work with developers or whatever, but the people who start who run Pool Suite are not by nature or by profession developers. So I think we're going to see an acceleration of onboarding tools and innovation in this space much faster than anything else because you have a convergence of so many different types of backgrounds and talent.
Yeah,
Hello
really
everyone, how are
great
you doing?
points. I'm going to let someone else speak. Mighty, please go ahead. I just wanted to say I agree. Absolutely.
All right, thank you. I hope everyone's having a good time. Good morning, good evening, good night. I know we have international community. That's one of the beauties of our DAO. So I see most of familiar faces from the giveaway session, and I just have to say I love these after parties, Lumbo man. I just wish there was some kind of way we could have this background music like ongoing throughout the whole session. And regarding the adoption, I have to agree with most of you guys. Yes, we are still in our early stages of the metaverse and the crypto gaming community and everything, and we are taking these baby steps and everything. As a case in point, I was watching this interview of Bill Gates with, I think it was Letterman and 80 something, and he was talking about internet, and everyone was laughing at him that there's no use for it. We got radios and television and stuff like that. But look at us now. I just read an article today that was about fractionalizing ownership of a restaurant in Las Vegas, actually. And they were inviting people into this fractionalization of DAO, so people could have this ownership of the a very, I don't know what was the name of the restaurant, but it's a very famous one, and they had also their yearly revenue of the restaurant and everything. They were inviting people. The case in point, point is, yes, we are still in the early stages, but yeah, I agree with the Bible. It's gonna be very faster. It's gonna be much faster. Just look at the internet, how it went, and look at all the smartphones you are holding right now. How long ago was it? I remember my childhood of playing games without any internet. Then internet popped up, and then before you know it, we went to smartphones, and then the applications, and then before you know it, you have metaverse, and it just merged completely into it. So yeah, I think we are
Mighty,
Hey,
you're
Mighty.
mighty, you're fading away. Yeah, yeah.
how much did you hear?
Uh, y- I would
Almost
say
all
go.
of it.
Yeah, almost all of it. I would say go back maybe like 10 seconds. You were fading out. It was crazy.
All right, sorry. I hope you heard about the restaurant in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, we heard all
it's a
that.
yeah.
All right,
We heard
all
the
right. The
Letterman
proper.
story and everything else. So it was just the very end of it.
Okay, no, I'm just saying that we are going to see a lot more applications for that. We are just in the early stages, so we are in for a treat. We're going to see a very crazy future. I remember this. We had this interview with Mike Wagner, and he was mentioning things about the virtual reality application being available for Star Atlas game on mobile phones, which sounds really crazy, but if you really look at it, what we have been through past few years is not gonna. It doesn't seem so impossible to happen regarding the applications and everything and technology going on. I'm out.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, no, I think you brought up great points. What's going on, Ash? It's nice to have you here. I feel like we haven't spoken like 10 years.
Hi.
Keep on missing each other with the Twitter
I
Spaces.
know it's been a little crazy. Sorry, I just saw this. I was at a game earlier today, so I just saw this in my messages and I wanted to hop on and say hello and see how y'all all are doing. Which
Hey, what's up, Ash?
Yeah, we're doing great. Yo, you're like their number one fan. You're out there like every night. I feel like,
I do love my clips. I will say that. Even
yeah,
though
for
they're
sure.
losing right now, I do love them. But yeah.
Hey, has the crypto.com has it changed much, the center in terms of branding, or is it just simply the top that has changed really?
No, they've changed the complete inside too. So everywhere, like how it was around the inside, they'd have like the red Staples Center sign. They changed that to crypto.com and it's blue now. On the court as well. So, and on all the chairs, it says crypto.com now. So they've totally changed it. It's really cool, actually.
That's gonna be Final Frontier Stadium one day. Just throwing that out there.
Do it.
Hey,
Well, you know, the Clippers are building a new stadium. So out in, I think it's, oh gosh, where is it? Like, I don't remember where, but they're building a new stadium out in LA somewhere too. So there's that one. You can get naming rights for that soon. But yeah.
Let's do it.
How did the giveaway go? I'm bummed I missed it. I always love those events. Those are always so much fun to go to and hear everybody.
Yeah, they were amazing. We gave those 5 ships out. Fifth place, fourth place, third place, X5s. Third place the X6. Or, I mean, second place the X6, and then first place the F4, And then Ardo, being the guy that he is, he decided to drop a bombshell on everybody and
Crazy.
give out some front tokens. A total of 30,000 front tokens, three different winners, 10,000 to each winner, and Dowcast won. Archetype won. I don't think Archetype's in here. And then barkeep.eth. Crazy, yo. Crazy.
Very cool. That's so awesome. I love that. Have you guys seen the artwork that Archetype's son has been putting out recently?
Is that
It's
his son
so
putting it out? Or is that him?
yeah.
Because I know he's got really sick
Oh no,
artwork.
he's been showing his son has been drawing
Oh,
pictures of.
It's the little guy. Yeah.
It's so
He's
cool.
4 years old and he's like amazing artist already. I'm like, what the
Is
hell?
he
He's
the
only
one that
4.
wanted to fold it into a paper airplane and throw it across the fence?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Told me he also like mentioned that, yeah, and he's like, then my son's like, and then we can buy some spaceships and go steal all their coins. Oh, you're already training a fighter there, get it?
wait, are you saying that okay, I see this Oni.
Yeah,
Oh, that's sick, yo.
isn't that cool? And I guess I had no idea he's only 4, Apollo.
Yeah, I think so, or maybe I'm wrong because I'm mixing up my Twitter children stories. I don't know, but he's really young. I was like, this kid is super young and he's crushing that artwork.
Yeah, he's crazy talented.
It's 10
Maybe if
times better
running
than I could do. Yeah.
Archetype's pretty talented with that as well.
Yeah, no, some of Archetype's artwork is sick. I remember when we first came into contact a couple months ago or however long ago it was, I went and looked at his actual stuff on Solana, and yo, that stuff is sick.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those, yeah.
Yeah, his one with they're like geisha looking. Am
Yep,
I?
yep.
Yeah, those are really cool looking. He's got some nice projects out there.
Super
Yeah,
dope.
Apollo?
other than that, make sure to visit his Behance account. He has some really cool stuff. Other than the geisha stuff, it's really amazing.
Oh, I'll definitely check it out. Cool.
Can
There's so
somebody say his Twitter
okay.
handle? Sorry, I can't find him.
Yeah, so his Twitter handle is going to be
Sorry to cut you off.
at archetype underscore.
Is it with a C or K?
K. Arc.
ARK.
Yeah, ARK, yeah.
Okay, cool.
And you know what the other really cool thing is he posted this video, the VR one, where the dude puts the glasses on and you literally just see in basically AR, augmented reality. Like that's going to be a crazy world that we move into next, and I think we're going to see that, and that's going to be nuts. And then we're going to see the contacts. But do we maybe want to talk about something crazy like that? Just when we literally see a world that just looks wild, that you can just make anything look like anything,
Well, if I can share a news story that came out recently that kind of
Hmm.
aligns back to this. So just this Friday, the Wall Street Reporter site announced that or reported that Disney got a patent that basically it says that the patent will allow them to create a virtual world at their theme park locations. So when I read that, I thought, oh wow, so people are gonna go to Disney World and like be able to put on a headset or glasses, and see, like maybe you hop on a roller coaster and you're actually flying through Harry Potter world or something like that. And I was in one of the DAOs I'm in. We were talking about a guy actually came up on stage and said, actually, I have some insider info that what they're gonna do is actually bring Disney World to other places. So in theory, you let's say you're in Ohio, you walk into some Disney store, and the entire place will actually become Disney World as you basically put on the headset or the glasses and you're able to move around in this space and be like you're in Disney World. So to me, that is like mind blowing because if you think about the behavior today, right? Well, not even just today, historically, people have always gone to gaming lounges like arcades, um, you know, your Chuck E. Cheese, or for the adults, Dave and Buster's here in America, or overseas gaming lounges where people, you know, get together and game. So the behavior is there, right? Like I'm gonna go to a gaming lounge, but imagine instead of just going to a random gaming lounge where you're playing some arcade game, or you're playing a console game next to another person, you're walking in, you're straight up walking into a massive hall, and you can put on your glasses or whatever, and you're fully immersed in this game that's like designed like. I was like, wait, holy crap, that sounds amazing.
Gosh darn it, Disney.
Yeah, we were maybe supposed to do that. That would be cool. I think the other thing that makes sense there is if they do that, I mean, really all you have to do is just pay for the VR, the glasses, or whatever you're using for people to see these visuals. And then you would just have to buy warehouses, just large warehouses. You don't have to buy all that infrastructure that you see at Disney World, you know, at the different locations. You literally just have to buy that one big warehouse. And then when you walk into it, everything else is just literally coded, programmable, whatever that whole side of things that I do not understand is, you know what I mean, to make those visuals for the people. And they're just standing in a, you know, a warehouse, but you're seeing so much. That'd be crazy, yo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and this is a random thought, or random thought. But the way that the Mandalorian is shot, it's all with massive like TV screens. So that's why like he instead of being in front of a green screen, like the actors are standing and they're filming the the actors in front of these massive screens, right? And so I bring that up, and like imagine that same technology that's used to shoot the Mandalorian is brought into a space like that, where you not like you can now it doesn't have to be all VR, it can be AR, so you're seeing something that's physically in front of you, but also something that's digitally there. And like that's the part of this that I think is like people are not fully yet understanding that the leaps and bounds in technology that is going to happen over the next like couple of years is insane. At CES, somebody was posting a video where they had a headset on and gloves on, and they were able, and the gloves are haptic, so that when they reach out and the other person is who's wearing similar gloves reaches out and shakes their hand, they felt the handshake. That is like, okay, what?
That's insane. Like that's like mind-blowing stuff, right? Like we're getting to like that part where almost like Ready Player One where you're wearing the full-on bodysuit and you can actually feel other people and things in this virtual world, and it's just so crazy. But I want to say on the topic of Disney, like I also heard I was reading about it a while ago, and they were also talking about how, you know, it's going to be like this immersive world, and like imagine like coming into like contact with one of your favorite Disney characters, and like I think people are just going to go crazy when this rolls out because Disney's huge. And like I remember during the pandemic like seeing videos on Instagram of people who were just so right, because you know where I live very close to Disneyland, and so it's like people were craving Disneyland and they couldn't go, so they were just watching videos of the roller coasters and the rides on YouTube. I remember seeing kids like sitting in laundry baskets watching, and this is crazy, I know, but on Instagram I remember seeing kids sitting in laundry baskets watching these rides on YouTube. And can you imagine like how it's going to be in the future? Is say if something like this were to happen again and we do go on another lockdown or something, but now they actually have the ability to maybe ride these roller coasters and experience these experiences, you know, virtually. So it's like it's really groundbreaking. It's so cool what they're building.
Ashes,
Yeah.
have you played the Vader Immortal game on the Oculus yet?
The Vader Immortal game? No, I haven't.
Okay. Okay. So I know you're a Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
I am as well. You put on this headset, you buy like an episode. There's I think there are 3 episodes out that you can buy, and they're each $10. And you're immersed in Star Wars, and you have to well, no spoilers, but you interact with Darth Vader, and you're basically, for lack of better terms, you're an apprentice, and they make him like 10 feet tall. Like when I put on the glasses, you have to look up to see his face. It is absolutely terrifying. And so You're talking about kids, and I think that you are right. For kids and Disney adults, I'm not saying that as a dig, but you know what I mean. They could put they
There's
can
nothing
put
wrong with Disney adults.
nothing wrong with Disney adults. Don't even, yeah. You could put on these headsets and like you can take your sister. Like my sister would freak out if I took her on a meet and greet with Peter Pan or Tinkerbell or something like that, you know. But just the Star Wars one, absolutely phenomenal. Oh my god, it was breathtaking.
I'm gonna have to look into that. That sounds like crazy insane. I would love to see something like that. So I'm gonna have to look into that.
I just
I mean,
leaked
maybe when
at
you,
some alpha, by the way.
Yeah, I'll just have to come over to your house and check it out. Okay.
I mean, when you come over for the interview, it will be there. So
Okay, deal.
just got to get you on Dowcast.
No, you have amazing cast, by the way, as well as Palabo, constantly doing some amazing things on spaces. Um, I really love seeing what you guys are doing with the community. Um, Ashes, of course, I hope you're not drooling over the alpha I just shared with you, but I just shared with her the biggest thing in the crypto space.
Yeah, drop it at the after party, man. Let
Yeah,
them know.
drop it. I
Let the
didn't see
people
it.
know.
Oh, you
You
got
gotta
to
get
take a look at it
you
first.
gotta get a little
Okay.
hype going.
Oh, okay.
You gotta
And
get a
is it
little hype going.
in my DMs? Okay, I'm sorry. Normally I have my laptop up while I'm on Spaces as well, but I didn't have it up right now because I just got home. So hold on. Let me jump in. Let me check it
Nope.
out.
No disrespect to the hubby, but Final Frontier was in the DM.
It's all good. Slide on in. No. Let's see what we got. So ladies night giveaway, but ooh, wow. Okay, well it says don't tell anyone, so I can't say anything. I
She
can't say
can't
anything.
say anything.
Don't
It's
tell anyone. You put
awesome.
in the comment, don't tell anybody.
There's something
I,
big
Funny.
really coming for ladies night, everybody. That's all I can say. It's gonna be
I'm
worth
going to share it. The Sunday, the first day of Women's Week is when I will come out publicly and tell the world what it is. And lots of people will be there. Maybe somebody from NASA, maybe somebody from Tesla, maybe the CEO of Star Atlas.
Are you saying maybe like Elon's gonna use the front token to allow you to buy Teslas? That'd be pretty solid.
that'd
Oh,
be
that'd be sweet.
Wow.
incredible.
I'll pay for my cyber
Ooh,
tank that way.
Arthur's teasing us.
You heard it here first. Tesla's accepting front.
Let's just say there will be a lot of verified accounts on that Twitter Spaces event.
Let's go.
When is it? First week. When are you guys doing
The
it?
23rd is when it starts, right?
Yeah, so Women's Week is the last week of January, and it'll be Sunday to Sunday. So that Sunday on Twitter Spaces, the first day, um, we're just gonna burn Twitter down.
Very cool. I'm excited. I'm definitely looking forward to that. That's gonna be another awesome event. You guys always have really awesome events when you do these like live giveaways. They're always so much fun. So I'm bummed that I missed the one today, but I'm definitely looking forward to Ladies Night. I think that's gonna be really cool. And it'll be cool to see all these women come out as well.
There are so many amazing women that work for NASA. I'm just like trying to think of who might show up, assuming it's a woman. Even it may not be, but um,
Yeah,
dang,
Dowcast, you're big into
Well,
NASA, aren't you? Because I can even tell from your background and stuff. You wear the jacket. You got all the little model
yeah.
ships that you probably put together.
well,
And
a little
I
a little
yeah.
alpha I can put out there for everyone in this Spaces event is that I speak directly to Karen Bradford, one of the directors at NASA.
Dude, Karen's tight. She's on Clubhouse too.
Just throwing that out there for everybody. It's a
He
little
already
out.
knows who that is. Y'all are on first name basis. Oh, Karen, yeah, she's great.
No, I wasn't
so
trying to be
so
like that.
so let me ask you this, Ardo. So what you had told us on the back end or behind the scenes, like maybe 2-3 months ago when you first started talking about this, are the balls is the wheels rolling on that one? What you kind of talked
We're
about that one time?
we're reconvening after everything settles down with like
Yeah.
our IDO and our public sale and the FIFA stuff.
Right.
But it was just amazing because I can tell you from experience in the military and high-end security clearances, which NASA definitely has, they don't call your cell phone. I can tell you that right now. And Dowcast could probably back that up. They do not contact you personally.
No, they do
So
not.
to have Karen call me from cell phone to cell phone, I was like, am I? I thought it was Ashton Kutcher trying to set me up.
Oh my gosh, you were on Punked. You're looking for the cameras.
Yeah, I'm like, am I on punk?
You
I'm
get
sitting in my
punked, Ardo.
car.
Dude, if
Yeah, I'm
Ardo
sitting
gets
in my
punked,
car.
oh my god.
I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play the novice in the situation because I don't know who this person is, but I know who Nazar is. Can we get some more background on who Karen is and what she does in NASA?
Star Atlas Dowcast, you want to
Yeah,
handle that one?
Dowcast, you got
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah. So I think I met her like a while ago. So she does I believe she's based out of Ames Research Center now, which is in California, but she does partnerships, focuses mainly on partnerships at NASA. Um, and I think she used to be general, but I think it's strategic partnerships. But that could be anything from like business, marketing, science, literally anything. But she's been there, shoot, I think she's been there for like 20 years. Anyway, I don't know much about her in her day to day other than she's a big dog in NASA. She's really really kind of accomplished in terms of her tenure there. She's been there for a long long time, and in short, she makes things happen for affiliations with NASA. So it's no surprise once you said that you were chatting with her. It seems like she would be her or what's her name down in Houston is the director of communications as well. But it kind of makes sense that a project like yours would be going through her because um, I don't know if that was a professional connection or if that was a personal one, but it seems like she'd be the right person to talk to regardless.
Definitely professional, and definitely has something to do with strategic partnership. And just a little insight for everyone that's into Star Atlas or the Metaverse, NASA is currently using Unreal Engine 5 technology.
Jeez, Ardo, don't do me like that. It's a Saturday, midday. Get me all
Well,
excited.
I like dropping alphas on the community, so just saying.
I will say, Ardo, this is something I was probably going to tell you at some point. I reached out to NASA probably like, I think it was like three, no, this was last year. This must have been a year ago. I had this like fun idea. I was going through and cleaning out the attic and I have all these baseball cards. I was just getting into NFTs too. And I was going through my baseball cards and I was like, you know, this is I was a huge fan of hockey and football and baseball because I had all these cards and you know, it's a shame that people don't know who these astronauts are that are graduating, these rookies, we could say, because the first woman that's going to land on the moon, she just got instated into the astronaut corps, and we know that because they've said that someone from this group will be going to the moon in 2025. And to me, it's like we need baseball cards, right? So I went on Photoshop. I created like 24 different astronaut cards for all these rookies, and I made like 100 copies of each of them, and I sent them to every NASA center. And the only one that got back to me was this woman at Houston. She's like, "This is a great idea," and I'm like, "You know, what would be a better idea is if NASA would just get on top of making NFTs for the likeness of these astronauts. Like, imagine if you owned one of a thousand NFTs of the first woman on the moon." And they basically said, "Yeah, we're not exactly sure what NASA is going to do in the NFT space because the our current regulations around advertising the likeness of astronauts and allowing people to have ownership in a private sale is not really a government entity's bread and butter." But they thought it was interesting, so at some point it'd be really cool to see NASA involved in that.
Yeah, that's it's definitely something we did a deep dive into in our conversations and and us emailing each other back and forth. But you know, you touch on a good point, and my son has no idea to this day how lucky he is when he was in the hospital, Don Thomas came to pay him a visit and let him try on his glove from his last space mission before he retired. So that was mind blowing to have Secret Service and the NASA crew roll up in there with him in the hospital, and he spent about 30 minutes with Javon. So that was pretty awesome.
Holy cow, that's insane. That's so cool. I want to just add on to that. I know we're going incredibly off point, but this is what happens when you start talking space.
No, not at all. This is good. This is good. Keep it going.
I'm obsessed with space. I'm in getting my master's in astronomy, and I interned at NASA. I absolutely love it. This is the coolest thing. But if anybody wants to meet real astronauts, there's an event coming up every April. It's called Yuri's Night. It's after Yuri Gagarin, who was the first man in space. And all around the world, they hold these nights called Yuri's Night. And at least in Los Angeles, every year they have like at least 5 or 6 astronauts there. And they're there in their jumpsuits and they're answering questions and taking pictures. And if anybody is interested in this, I just kind of wanted to share that Yuri's Night's a fun night. You should go and check it out. They usually go on sale in February, and they have it in April. But anyway, super tangent. I mostly just want to hear more from Ardo about what he was talking about NASA from, but I think we may have to wait.
I'm gonna DM you, Dowcast, about that because that's like around the time I'm gonna be in LA. Sorry, go ahead.
Hell yeah. I'll send you a link. No problem.
No, that's some amazing stuff, and we have a lot of cool things coming in the final frontier, and the community engagement is what I love most. That's to come with the FRNT, but like the space stuff, like we have the Moon Man experience and what he's doing, and even internally, right? He's building up the bounty hunting staff, um, and the lore stories that are coming for the final frontier. I know everyone has wanted us to put that stuff out already, but we're doing it in a very immersive and and um, explorative way. So we want to do it right, and lore will be coming to you soon. And so, for those who don't know, Jeff in the room, who is my COO, my right hand. He's done such a fabulous job. We're expanding so fast that we have to learn on the move. Um, and Ashes, you and Palabo, we definitely look up to you all for what you do with the crypto community, with the metaverse community, um, the the love that you guys have for this is what's going to take it to the next level. Um, and again, I think that 5 years down the road, um, you guys are going to be the ones, especially Dowcast, you're going to be the ones that people are going to look to, right? You are not somebody significant if you're not listening in to these channels when they're putting out spaces events or just news. So thank you for what you guys do for the community.
I just want to clarify one thing real quick. Like in terms of looking up to people, right? Ash is like the 10-foot Darth Vader that Dowcast was talking about, and I'm more like you know what? Oh yeah, I do see that guy across the bar. He seems nice.
That is
Right?
not true. You
I'm
got all great spaces, friend. Like you, I love going to your spaces. They always have the best conversations going on. So that is not true. You are doing an amazing job.
I appreciate that, but I really, this is so funny. This is a random thought, but I really do talk about it this way. I hold space in those rooms, and I think it's hilarious. We keep talking about space and space and space, and I think of what I do as holding space. But no, I don't do anything special in those rooms. I'm mostly just really quiet, and I let folks like you guys who know what you're talking about run with it. But yeah, I appreciate that, Ardo. I've been so I just joined your Discord, right? Yeah, the Final Frontier Discord. Because I'm like, yeah, maybe this is gonna be my guild. Because I'm very selective who I decide to roll with. So But you guys are doing amazing stuff, and I'm like so fascinated by the fact that you have you're not a marketer by training. You it sounds like you came out of the military and then did some other stuff, but the clarity of vision that you have and the brand you've created, everything is so well aligned. I'm like, holy shit, who the hell is advising you guys on strategy? Because this is so tight, from the name to the partnerships you're going after to the things you're trying to do. It's I'm just impressed as a marketer. Seriously, really, really sharp.
Can I just like really quick, everybody? He's being incredibly modest right now, Apalabu. He puts on great spaces every Monday, and he actually has Carrie coming on from the Fabricant on Monday. So if you guys are interested in learning more about what the Fabricant is all about, I highly suggest that you check it out Monday. I believe it's at 10 a.m. my time, but I know you have a reminder out there. So that's one project to check out for sure. And you're being really modest because you put out great work.
Yeah, we need patient
Yeah.
people like him, because I would have taken that smoke alarm detector and thrown it out the house about an hour ago and smashed it with a sledgehammer.
You guys could hear
He's
that too?
oh
Oh my
man,
Oh
goodness.
yeah, we
he's
could hear it the
I don't
whole
know
I
what
thought
time.
he's
it was
doing.
coming from my house for a minute, so I was looking around.
Thought
I
he was
just
gonna jump
Party
in my car
baby.
and drive to your house.
I just got
Yeah,
home from a long trip, and I was like, oh, that's happening. All right, cool. Moving on. You do what you got to do. Now I just look at it as a reminder that I'm alive. Because if I wasn't hearing it, I'll be dead right now. See, all about perspective, people.
no, we
That's an
definitely
insane
appreciate that.
perspective, but I like it.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate the humbling words, but again, I can't take any of the credit. It's my team and it's the community behind us. That's the true nature of our strength. And again, day in, day out, 24 hours a day, someone is putting in work for Final Frontier. And again, I always preach to them that hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. And the success I've had in my life, it's come with sacrifice, but nothing great, nothing truly great that is worthy of being memorable has ever come without hard work and sacrifice. So to my art team, to my writing team, to the officers, the graphic designers, the developers, the community managers, being able to translate all of the different languages for us and help defeat language barriers has been absolutely astounding. So the the true uh, praise goes to my team and my community, and that's why we do what we do, right? So many organizations are flooding the crypto space, and it's all about the money that they can generate, but it's not about what they can do for their community. And so you have to put service before self, and that's as an individual, that's as a group, and that's as an organization. If you can't put the community first, then why are you doing it? And if you're coming into the space to just be more of the same traditional crap, then there is no change. And again, we're here to create change, not to be more of the same. So thank you for the truly humbling words. But I have to give uh, the hard work goes and the praise goes to some of the one in this room right now: Moon Man, Jeff, Variant Beats, Karush, um, Val Phoenix, Star Killer, just to name a few. Falinka. Um, thank you guys.
So you're gonna have to forgive me because I'm gonna embarrass you here a little bit. Everybody on this call, I just want you to remember what he just said, because Ardo is showing himself to be a great fucking leader right now, right? And there's a couple of reasons why. First of all, great leaders understand why they do what they do. And he said it. We're not here to be more of the same. We're here to create change. Great leaders think about our servant leadership. They think about others before themselves. And a really classic sign of a great leader is when you tell them, oh my god, you do an amazing job, they always go, wait, it's my team. And it's a small thing, but it's a really important thing. And then on top of that, when he was like talking about all of the people involved, I'm pretty sure you mentioned every department because again, great leaders acknowledge everybody's part. Although I did not hear my janitors union. I mean, where are my janitors at? Like, what about the janitors taking care of the ships? Come on. I thought we talked about this last time. Are we? Did we not establish the janitor union? You know what I mean? Come on, bro.
I thought about that for you.
Like, come on, Art. You know what?
Yeah,
Fuck it.
shout
When
out to
I
the
join,
janitors too.
you know what? Now that I'm joining Final Frontier, I'm just gonna just start the janitor union. I'm gonna handle that. You know what? Because sometimes you got to step up when nobody else will. You know what I'm saying? Got to look out for my janitors. That's all. You know.
Yeah, no, and no matter what I do personally, again, I didn't create this about myself. Um, Jeff was one of the people on the phone call when I said, "Hey, let's do it. I got an idea. I think we can be something different. Let's do different. Let's be better. Let's let's create change." And I don't know how we're gonna get it done, but we're gonna do it. Right? We're not gonna talk about it anymore. We're not gonna do any more fishing trips or, you know, uh, phone calls. We're just gonna do it. And the support that he gave was absolutely amazing. So many times, it's 2 a.m., it's 3 a.m., he's disrupting his wife's sleep to make sure that he was there for me. Um, People have no idea sometimes the stress that is on a CEO, um, amidst things like, my brother passing away, who I go to bury next week. But again, I have a community to take care of. And so ultimately, um, I will be doing exactly what I said I would do. And each one of my members does that. I'm so proud to call myself a member of Final Frontier. And every single time I see a wave of members get accepted for membership, I congratulate them for acceptance. Again, we need something different. That's how we make that 5% grow. It's showing everyone who has just been blinded, blindsided, uh, terrorized, um, ostracized, whatever it is, by traditional markets, by traditional communities, to show them that there's something different. And that first and foremost starts with um, uh, an environment of respect, ethos, and equal opportunities. If it's one thing that I will not ever tolerate in the final frontier, that's discrimination, disrespect, or lack of equal opportunities.
Can I ask you where does that passion for diversity and inclusion come from? And I don't, if you don't mind getting personal, because that's why I'm asking a question. What happened? What experience did you have that made you say, you know what, this is going to be one of my key values, one of the bedrocks of how I live my life and how I create whatever I decide to create?
Well, before my mom was blessed with the corporate level opportunities, back when, um, First Union was a bank, right before Wachovia took it over. Um, I grew up in a bad place, and it's down in Palm Beach County, Florida. It's almost like when you turn off the wrong street in LA, and next thing you know, you're getting shot at, right? So, um, but I saw such lack of opportunity, and that's why I got so busy into just different extracurricular activities, because I didn't want to become another statistic. And that's what I was seeing. It scared me so bad. that I kept my mom's pockets busy so that I wouldn't become a statistic. And but also with the military and getting, or just sports in general that have afforded me to be able to travel the world and see what's happening in developing nations, to see the lack of opportunities, um, to see the things that we complain over in a first world country that should make you sick to your stomach, that's what you consider as a problem. And um and that's why also women's empowerment is important to me, right? Some of you might not have a clue, but there are some countries out there where women will be executed for speaking about financial freedom, equality, or even thinking that they can speak amongst men. They will be executed. I will not allow that in the final frontier. Women can come into our discord and speak freely. They can congregate amongst the men. They have equal opportunity. We will assist where we can, and we will listen and let them speak. And being a target of racism myself, um, it really hurt, right? To see things that were happening years ago, decades ago, and to feel like I was living the 50s and 60s in that very moment. And I guess you could say it was fortunate for me that what helped the situation not go even worse is that it was the name I had given myself, right? They their supervisor realized who I was, and it helped in the situation. And so I have such a disgust for racism, for inequality, for discrimination, that it's an ethos I brought into the creation of Final Frontier. And I hope that answers your questions.
Yeah, it does. I think, and I ask that because I think that everybody who has values and purpose, like my values are community, family, and growth, and my purpose is building sustainable systems that help communities thrive. You can't really get there without having a very, very real um, experience that defines you. You can't just decide one day you're going to pick values out of a hat. It has to come from somewhere real. And I think it's important as much as possible. Well, in the right dose to share those stories and share why, because it's important for folks to know that what you're trying to do is real and important to you, not just a thing you say. And when we at the end of our net the spaces I had on Monday, the conversation moved into like, how do you know a community is right? How do you know a game is right for you? And the conversation really was about, well, is the community actually driven by the specific set of values or principles or ideas? And I don't think people realize that, like, what a lot of these games and projects are trying to do in the form of creating communities is one of the hardest things human beings do. It's also the reason why we are where we are today as a people, and how why we've advanced so much, that we are able to form communities and bonds over values. And so I just, again, I applaud you and the rest of your crew on really having strongly rooted values that you're living out and trying to bring to life. That's awesome. Good on you, and really, really excited to 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 lead the janitors union in our eventual revolt for better wages, against you guys. I'm really excited. Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you. Hey, and make sure you all are not only just following Apollo Bow and Ashes and Star Atlas Dowcast, but also give Metaverse Nomads a follow. give Moon Man Experience a follow on Twitter, on YouTube, and make sure you're always attending the Moon Man after parties and the Ashes after parties, where they literally just give you a full breakdown. If you might have missed what happened prior to, um, Moon Man, I absolutely adore the NFT you have. Um, I'm gonna ask Ashes and Apollo why they don't have an NFT yet. Why are you? What are you doing? What are you doing? I want to see an Ashes NFT so that we can all buy it.
My own NFT. The NFT that I identify with in the metaverse is a giant ape. So I don't know if you guys have seen my
Yeah,
DAA Gen
we
ape
saw
account.
the ape.
That's Lady A. She's my favorite NFT that I have. So I don't know, I post her every now and then, but yeah, she's on my banner. One of my friends who's involved with Star Atlas, he made a really cool banner with the Star Atlas ships and some of our DAA apes dressed in like spacesuits. So it's pretty cool. But yeah,
It's
I don't.
literally my favorite banner out of anyone. It's the
Isn't it
best.
the coolest? My friend made it. He's so talented. I love it. And he's really involved in Star Atlas as well.
So are we gonna get a janitor NFT from Apollo? I'm just saying.
Yeah, actually, I actually had a conversation last night right before my flight with a good friend about this, and I was like, I don't know if I want to actually do that because I want to be lazy. But yeah, actually, I'm working on something to really just show appreciation and gratitude to the speakers and the folks who've been really participating in the Meet Web 3. By the way, I don't know how Ash does it, but she's like the person who gets all of the alpha because I have a message, a draft message to you, Ash, right now. Actually, that was like, hey, what? Tell me what you think about this. So I haven't sent it yet because I got distracted, but I was gonna send Ash my idea for the thing I'm working on or thinking about working on. So it's something in the works, but I think for me, the big thing again, it goes back to my purpose of sustainable systems that help communities thrive. I don't want to create an NFT and then like all of a sudden I don't want things that people are trading. I want something that has meaning and value over honestly like over the next 5 to 10 years. So I've been really slow on all of this. I'm taking my time with everything I'm doing. But yeah, I'll definitely have something related to Web3, Meet Web3 in when the time is right. But you best to believe there's going to be a janitor NFT because my boys, our janitors got to stick together. You got to show love to your janitors and make sure you recognize that ships don't just stay clean. You know, that's I'm gonna be looking out for the janitors for sure. I promise you.
Well, as long as they come in and sweep the floor of the Moon Man NFT experience. But I got a question for Moon Man though, because this is the Moon Man after party. What does the
Yeah.
Moon Man have going on in Final Frontier these next couple weeks?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So obviously first and foremost, Star Atlas content. We got something real big dropping on Monday. Everybody get ready for that. Um, I'm working with bounty hunters. We're doing those Twitter spaces from time to time. Um, we're working with a lot of the different team members to see who's good at games and what games they like playing, you know what I mean? Because I think that is a very big thing that needs to, be paid attention to when it comes to Star Atlas is because this is going to be a game. This is going to be something that we play day in and day out. We're gonna be sucked into this game, and I hope that we're all doing it full time, 16 hours a day, putting that hard work in because you're gonna have people out there in deep space that are trying to take what you have, and you need to be a good game player. Like right now, we're just building a lot of relationships. We're building communications. Um, we're hanging out with the community, and we're just chit chatting and building things and getting things set up, but it's all going to lead and come to gameplay. that's literally what we're all going to be here for in 2 to 3 years. And so, gaming's a big part of that. So we're doing that on the back end. Obviously, we've got stories and lores. We've got all the officers and leaders' stories, background stories. We plan on, putting out a whole Final Frontier lore. Obviously, we have, the Final Frontier merch through the Moonman Customs apparel. We also just have had Ben, drop his, Final Frontier gear. Definitely go check that stuff out. Very, very cool. So things like that, man. Just pushing this content and building relationships and bringing the most value to the community. That's what we got going on.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, that's exciting that you have all that coming out. I'm definitely looking forward to all of that. That's going to be really cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I think it's I don't know, man. This is just, this is kind of where I get excited. I just think all this is crazy, man. Like, because let me let me vent a little bit. Like, so Star Atlas came out, we all found Star Atlas, and we're literally all just like, everybody's just a monster content creator, and just, whatever their occupation is, they're doing that 110%. And this community is, it's a crazy rabbit hole. If you looked on the outside, there's so many people that don't even know what crypto is, don't even know what blockchain gaming is, don't even know what Star Atlas is. But if you were to pop open Pandora's box, Star Atlas is wild. There is so much going on, and I don't know, I just think this is crazy beautiful. And people are just doing some major things. um I didn't expect to be here in 2022. 6 months ago, I didn't expect meeting all you people, and just, and I'm sure you guys as well. Once you got, you didn't know you were going to just be so involved in something so much and become your best self. So yeah, I just think this whole thing is crazy, but it's amazing though. It's really fun, man. This is some fun shit. I don't know if anybody else feels like that, but
Oh no, I agree. It's kind of like taking over my life, and I love like I love being a part of this community with all of you guys. I think that it's just so amazing, and it's crazy to see how much everybody has just become so involved in this space. I mean, we have these incredible content creators that are just pumping out content like left and right, and even Moonman, you've been streaming just regularly other games, and I think that that's so cool to see as well. And like I love being a part of this space, and I know that the team has some really cool stuff like in store for us as well over the next year. And it's going to be really cool to see how everything evolves and just watch everybody grow, together as a community. And you guys are like my family on here and I love it. I love being a part of all
for
this.
real, for real. Yeah, no, I'm just yeah, no, you and Dowcast, you guys are blowing up on Twitter. Um, you guys are like, Ash, you've blown up on Twitter. Dowcast, you've blown up on Twitter. Like, when it comes to the Star Atlas content, you guys are doing some major things. And then obviously Ardo, you're doing monstrous things when it comes to the Final Frontier. And yeah, man, I just appreciate everybody's support, and I'm just out here playing my position, just hanging out. Sitting back and just being cool, man, because this is exciting for me to watch all you guys.
Look,
No,
And
it's
even
exciting.
even Metaverse Explorer. Sorry, I
Yeah.
forgot Metaverse Explorer was there. This dude drops amazing content. Please say something if you want to.
No,
And
that.
yes.
Yeah.
he gave me my first position, or he gave me my first interview that I ever did, and that was actually my first time I went live with the Moonman character and moving and stuff. So somebody give him some credit. He's blowing up on YouTube as well. He's at like 5,000 subscribers. Amazing content.
Hey yo guys, really really nice to be here, being counted among like you guys are creating giant, enormous, great content. So I'm very happy to be here. And yeah, like Moonman, we had the first interview with you, showing off your nice suit. And yeah, I just reached 5,000 subscribers. I told my girlfriend this morning. She was super excited for me. So like, we're gonna go out and have some drinks or something, or hopefully not get COVID. But yeah, like it's really nice. And I agree with what Ashes is saying, what everyone else is saying. You know, everyone's just here creating content, you know, making the ecosystem larger. And at the end of the day, that's us. We are the community at the end. We'll all be voting in the DAO come February. You know, I'm super excited to be here. And I'm nice. Thanks for letting me chat.
I do want to add on to that really quickly. First, Metaverse Explorer, I love your content, and I think that if people here are content creators for other things, or maybe used to, um, there's this kind of we'll say there's this kind of competitiveness, right? When you look at other content creators, you're like, oh crap, I should have thought of that. I needed to do that first, and they beat me to it. Um, and obviously, if your personality abides by that, then you'll have some of that. But the thing I like about this is that it feels like a team where every single content creator is bringing this entity that you are also investing in. So it seems like all of us are playing for a team, and we're all trying to get more people interested, because ultimately that's going to benefit our channels, sure, but that's going to benefit the game. And like you said, we're all going to be voting with Polis soon. So it feels much more like a team than, man, I got to get more followers than this guy or whatnot. You know, and I'm not just saying that because I have like not many YouTube followers, but you know what I mean? It feels like that.
No, I fully agree, man. Like I think competition is good, and I think having a little bit of sparring is always good. But like the thing is like what tears people down and what tears content creators down and what just tears down a community is egos. And it really seems to be that like we all have our own egos enough to be confident to put out our content, but we also don't let our egos stifle promoting other people and stuff like that, because it's just so much easier to like spread love and positivity and share other people's content and give thanks and give flowers than it is to just battle. And like it just shows that we're all adults and this isn't fucking high school, because that shit is stupid, excuse my language, but like that shit is boring, dumb, and just stupid. Go to Facebook for that. Like when you come to the Star Atlas community, it's nothing but love, nothing but positivity, nothing but a bunch of people incentivized to push what we literally love and want to be in the future. And it just works, man. It just works because we're all our own individuals. So we're all bringing something different. Like, yes, we're all talking about Star Atlas, but you're getting 7 different heads of the dragon. You know what I mean? When you're dealing with multiple content creators, and you're going to find the one that you like. And so you watch their content. Maybe you don't like 3 of them, you like 2 of them, but like it just gives the viewer and the people involved in Star Atlas so many different channels to watch. Like nobody, like you're basically watching the Star Atlas channel, and you have, it's almost like a newscast, right? You have your different shifts, you know what I mean, and you have your different channels within the whole Star Atlas program, and that's so good for the community. So yeah, definitely Dowcast it. Yeah, exactly. You hit it right on the head.
Yeah, it's like I find the Star Atlas community very mature. Like being involved in other games that I play across the ecosystems, you know, some of these people are very immature. You know, they can't handle stuff. But when I come to Star Atlas, I'm like, hey, we're having a nice, actual civilized conversation. We're all in different decks, we're all in different guilds, and like possibly different objectives. But hey, look at us coming together, like on my Sunday morning, on my computer, talking to you guys. So it's really good. And in regards to like all the different content creators, you know, everyone does fill a niche. I feel like we have Ashes. I love watching your town hall recaps where you're standing in front of the camera and you just give it to me straight what actually happened. And that's such a niche that needs to be filled. And like you're doing that so well.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And like I agree with all of you guys. I mean, ultimately, like it's such a large space and like we're all filling these all like, these little niches, and there's just so much room for all of us to grow. And if we all grow and succeed together, it ultimately just helps the whole ecosystem. And I think that's what, we ultimately want, is to just help push forward the ecosystem as a whole. And I think we're doing an amazing job at it, guys. And plus I think maybe, we should like have some in real life events where we can all get together and just like celebrate the content creators of Star Atlas at some point.
Yeah,
Wow.
you know what? That sounds like a great idea right there. And again,
aside from the fact that Jeff is going to be the centerfold of the next magazine, um, um,
Whoa, whoa,
I
whoa,
would
whoa.
love
What?
He said,
I
"Whoa,
would
whoa, whoa,
He's
hold on."
drop more alpha on you, Jeff. Are you ready for
No,
it?
no, that ain't happening. I can guarantee you that.
I love messing with Jeff. I would love to have a Palabo and Metaverse Nomads and Dowcast in the Metazine again to be able to just talk about what you do, to tell your stories, to get you even more exposure out there to not just the metaverse but the crypto space. Again, the Metazine is a historical document for our community, and um, I want to be able to incorporate everyone, to give everyone their spot, um, to talk about who they are, what they do, and how you're having such a positive effect on the community. So, um, if you guys are interested, please get with Karush in our Discord, and we would love to have you telling your stories and promoting your projects and your channels uh, to the metaverse community.
Wow. Yeah, 100 is right, Ashes. Awesome. Thanks, Ardo.
And you mean Metaverse Explorer, right, Ardo?
Yeah, excuse me, Metaverse Explorer. I'm sorry.
Oh, right. Okay. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, our community is so great. We're so inclusive. Mentions every content creator here except for you. That would be awful. Sorry.
Give love.
I mean, they're similar names, so
No. I felt that. That was funny.
Yeah, yeah. So that I want to again pay homage to everybody that's been putting in work to take Star Atlas to the next level, to to take the metaverse to the next level, to spread that love to the crypto space. You all are doing an outstanding job, and and in the future we have some other things coming with that. But again, I want to be able to connect with you all through what you do, um, because knowledge share is how we advance. Like a Palabo was saying, there's too much there's too much engineering. Even though that's what's needed in blockchain, the majority of the world doesn't understand that. So, uh, but knowledge sharing and how we can make each other better, make our space better, and incorporating that into the different outlets we have, whether it's the Moonman Experience, whether it's the Dowcast, whether it's Metaverse Explorer, the Palabo, what you do in the Spaces events that fill huge rooms. I'd love moving in a positive direction with that, and just outstanding work, guys. Outstanding work. I'd love to come on your shows in sometime. So especially during the time where it seems like I'm doing AMAs every 30 minutes. But I would
I
love to come on your shows.
I was gonna say Ardo. It feels like there has to. I have to like reach a limit of followers or something to like reach out to, not to put you on a pedestal, but to like people like you to say, hey, you want to come on the show? It's like I feel like there's got to be like maybe I have to hit that $5,000 or 5,000 follower mark or something like that. So that's cool to hear you say that.
Nope, not at all. Look, I've had the opportunity um, to be a professional athlete, to be an actor, to be a model. I don't care about numbers. I care about the people. I care about the person. I care about you. I love what you do, and that's why I want to be on your channel. There's nothing about your follow. You could have one follower. If I love what you do, I'm still gonna be on your channel, or at least ask if I can be on your channel. And that's exactly why I want to be in your channel. And that's exactly why I want you to have a spot in the medicine, because you do amazing work. You have a great heart, an amazing, innovative mind. Same with Metaverse Explorer. Palabo, I've been able to come on uh, one of your spaces events, and you invited me up. I've been able to come on the Moonman Experience. I'm just so excited to see the growth, but the support, right? If we don't support each other, then what's the point in doing this? we can't call ourselves a community, but then there's no support in the community. And that's what's crashing a lot of the traditional communities. There is no support. It's just all out war against each other. They tear each other down from the inside out. And the Star Atlas team is aware of this. They know that the true growth of Star Atlas will come from us, the community, not from anything the team does. It will come from us supporting them and us supporting each other.
So
And you guys saw the new stuff about the ships?
Ooh, are you dropping alpha with us right now?
Oh, no, I'm not. Go and find out yourself.
Alpha League, no, you gotta drop it here, man.
Something you
He
can't
said-
tease us like that.
This
Come
man
on.
said, "Did you hear about the new ships?" Nope. Go find out yourself.
Look,
That was,
Did you think of
that was
Joe
intense.
and Pete for us?
he came in and then dropped the mic on us.
You'll find out when I make a video about it.
Mic drop. Oh my
No,
gosh.
it was just something. It was just something about the community, because you're saying power to the community, which is us really. And he's just recently saying something that we'll be the ones making the new kind of ships coming soon. So yeah, stay tuned for this space.
Oh wow. That's crazy, yo.
Outstanding.
That's amazing. Do we have any ship designers or like serious graphic designer, like 3D design Unreal Engine people in here? Is anybody in here right now that does that stuff?
Yes, Final Frontier does. There's actually a couple of us. However, I just don't have the time, but we do have someone that is going to assist on that, and that's a little alpha for you all as well. That Final Frontier has an immersive Unreal Engine experience coming.
Is that what that trailer that you dropped was about? That thing was incredible. You guys recently...
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that thing was awesome, Ardo. Oh, I'm excited.
So that what you got to see is the all new Metaverse roundtable of the Final Frontier team.
That was sick. That was sick. That video gave me a feeling, you know what I mean? Like that did something to my DNA. I was like, oh, we got something serious going on here.
I do not know if I know which video this is. Does anybody have the tweet handy?
Yeah, I'll post it at the top real quick.
Oh, I can't believe you missed it, Dowcast. Apollo, have you seen it?
I retweeted it.
No.
It's pretty...
I must have seen it. I just, I've got toddlers running out of my ears all the time, so who knows? I don't even know what time it is. I was just sitting here from the beginning of Final Frontiers thing. The
Post it
sun
at
was
the
up,
top.
and then all of a sudden, my brother just walks in because I'm visiting my parents' house, and my brother walks in. And he's like, "What are you doing with the light off?" And I'm like, "The light's off? Oh my gosh, it's pitch black in here." I just zone out. You know what I'm saying? So, who knows?
Yeah, definitely got to check that out. Everyone in here, make sure you check that out. We are bringing you a crazy, crazy immersive experience where you will actually be able to tour Final Frontier buildings and headquarters, and someday sit down and do a Moon Man experience with Moon Man at the Final Frontier Roundtable.
Oh, that's sick.
Wow.
That's dope.
Look at that. That's amazing.
It just looks like the grand scale of it just makes me like, oh, it looks good. And it reminds me of the Rainbow Chi, the ceiling that you got there. I'm super excited.
Yeah, no, it definitely gives like I don't know, it just gives that feeling of like hierarchy and just like, and I imagine we're gonna see this from all the DACs, but it just gives that feeling of like, whoa, this is something serious, almost like you get from like those like medieval like shows. And I didn't ever watch what was that one real popular one? I don't
Game
know.
of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Yeah. It gives me the feeling like that. Even though I didn't watch the show, it gives you those feelings of like, just whoa, this is serious.
Did everyone check out our Game of Thrones video, by the way?
Is that this?
Yeah, post it up there.
Yeah, post it up
No,
there.
no.
And
Okay, yeah. I'll post that one up there as well. I'll post it for you guys.
do it, yeah. And Moonman, we need to talk about this. You've never watched Game of Thrones.
No, never watched Game of
Fired.
Thrones.
Fired. You are
If you want to
fired.
Something.
if you want to become part of the biggest abandonment in social culture that has ever happened in the history of TV shows, give it a watch.
Yeah, man, I don't.
Especially after I just had Lord Tarley himself commission. I commissioned him to God. Come on, Moon Man. Really? You're fired. Fired. Right
Yeah,
here on Twitter
I've been chilling
Spaces.
on the
Absolutely
moon.
fired.
I've been
Right
chilling on the
after he
moon in my
announces.
envoy. I've
Right
been
after
hanging
he
out,
announces.
man. Yeah, man, I've just been hanging out on the moon. I don't watch television.
Moon Man's like, so
I don't
can I
watch that
still use
rubbish.
the round table? Can I still use that round table?
Yeah, can I still use that round table? Exactly.
Yeah. So he probably had no idea when he was watching the video. He's like, "Oh,
Well,
Lord
check
Randall
this out.
Tarley. Oh,
If I
don't know
get
that guy."
kicked out, me and Apollo, I think I hit the name right. Tell me if I did.
You got it. You got it.
Got
You
it.
did it.
You know, I've got an in with him. Remember, he's the janitor. So, boom. You know, he's gonna let me in late at night. I'm gonna walk in there, probably eating some Doritos. You know what I mean? Sit my ass down and talk to whoever I got to talk to.
See, that's where you messed up. You're gonna be eating Doritos and messing up the floors my people work hard to clean. Come on, dog. Come on. Come on.
Oh man.
I'm gonna kick my feet up. I'm gonna film a video in there, throw my feet up. Y'all thought you could kick me out, but I'm in here. What's going on? I'm probably dance on the table. The Dave Chappelle skit, you know what I mean? I'll be on the table. You know, really causing a mess.
Yo,
Yeah,
shout
no.
out to the great John in here, man. What's going on? Thank you for coming. Everybody throws fists up for John. And yeah, so I hope you all are excited about that video that the Mooman just pinned up there. And he is so fired for not even knowing who Lord Randall Tarley was when he commissioned I commissioned him to come in and put you you guys to work in the Starless Metaverse, and for Palabo to sweep up the floors of all the NFTs so that we can all thrive and make a bunch of money.
Apollo's buying all of our NFTs.
That's what I heard. He says he's a janitor.
All right.
Isn't
fine.
that what
Oh,
everyone
well,
heard?
that
They said
works, dude.
he's
Man, I got a
sweeping up
couple
the
of
floors.
NFTs out there that are kind of expensive.
Ash-
Please sweep the floor.
And we make some NFT ashes if someone's gonna come up and sweep them all up.
Yeah, I got like two of them up for sale that are like, I think like 10 sold.
No
Or,
way.
I don't know. They're like 25,000, whatever it is. But
Dang.
yeah, please sweep the floor.
That's awesome. We need to
Yeah.
all like start retweeting that stuff so we can get it out there into the Twitterverse.
I don't think my
for
Moon
ya.
Man was that expensive. Just saying.
Yeah, no, not that one. There's 6 that are a little bit more expensive, and those, like I've said in the world, you know, in the description, basically what you're doing is you're investing into the Moon Man experience, and if you were to buy those NFTs, you don't own the intellectual property, but what you are doing is, um, you're just buying into the Moon Man and allowing me to build out this even more and more and more, you know, because 25,000 for anybody, that gives them I mean, I could buy the mocap suit, I can get my 3D character, and I can go full blue and full Teflon. The one, you know, I can go full blown everything. And so, yeah, you're just investing in, you know, the confidence and what I want to bring to the space and everything you're already seeing, you know, just on a higher level. But yeah, I put them out there for that reason, you know. So yeah.
I want to say, like, just I think that's a great idea to to publish them. I don't know. It feels like I've been on that boat where I've said, oh, maybe I'm gonna release some NFTs, and then I think part of me is like, nah, nobody would want that. But it's like, hey, they're here. Buy them if you want to support. If you don't want to support, just don't buy them. No big deal. So I just appreciate you stepping out and do that, and it's
Yeah.
inspiration, to be honest.
Yeah. And I put them out there. They're out there right now, and I don't really push those ones that much because like I'm at such a low scale, man. Like I mean, to make a crazy investment like that, like that's I would be forever grateful, but I don't even push them that much for that reason. But like the ones that I do that are more for the community and all the people that support me and stuff like that. I do the Mooners, which are like $3, super cheap. You know what I mean? And it incentivizes me to work harder and do exactly what you guys want to see, which is better content and better things. But it gives you that feeling of being a part of a community and being a Mooner, and my Moon Society Discord. And then also, I've got the ones that are Elite Mooners. Those are like 17. They're usually 0.10. But yeah, those ones are more for the community, and they're real fun and gets you involved and things like that. So I got those ones too for the community. But
Hey,
yeah, you always
can I
out.
throw something out there? This conversation is making is I'm not gonna share what I'm thinking about doing, but I want to share the insight behind what I'm thinking about doing. That maybe helps for creators on this call who are thinking about NFTs and all of this stuff. So one thing to keep in mind is like today, the NFT game is about flipping. So it's a lot about trading and flipping and trying to turn things around really quickly. And my natural instinct is to zag and zig when people zig or zag. Hopefully that made sense. And I think there's
Yep.
something here about there's an interesting space open to think about what happens if the value of the NFT is 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 flat, or sorry, the value of the NFT, the growth rate of the value of the NFT is flat for a few years, and then hockey sticks growth over time, right? And if there are different models that make that work, but it's not what we're used to today, because what we're used to today is, again, we're trying to play this game, metaphorical game, with the old rules that of like I think Dowcast, right? You said, oh, I don't feel comfortable reaching out to Ardo because I don't have enough followers, right? That's playing the game by the old rules. This idea that you need a huge audience, a huge following. My rooms are meant to be intimate. My spaces are meant to be intimate spaces. Like I actually don't like the idea that I would ever have more than 100 people in any of the spaces I have. And the reason for that is because I want people to feel comfortable sharing and opening up. And the new models that are available through the blockchain and crypto means that I don't actually ever need to have a space that has a lot of people in it, because there's opportunity in creating a, again, it's hard to talk about this without trying to give away what I'm thinking about, but there's opportunities around creating value through intimacy that today we can't do, because today it's all about eyeballs, eyeballs, eyeballs. So I encourage you guys to think about whatever you're trying to do differently than the old model. Like, are there ways to create something that has almost like a time bomb effect where the value increases, the value growth will come 3, 5 years down the line. Yeah.
Silent because I'm thinking, but
Hold on,
super good thoughts.
I was clicking on other things. I listened to that, but I was kind of confused at what you were saying a little bit. So, what is so you explained the old way, and then what's the new way, and are you saying that there's going to be a shift and we're going to go towards that new way, or we need to create that new way so we can start living on that wave?
So the latter. So the old way is basically this, right? Okay, create a YouTube channel, try to get as many subscribers as possible so that you can
Right.
drive eyeballs on ads, and Google and YouTube can pay you, right? So if you look at the biggest creators in the YouTube space, what they're doing, a lot of the ways the videos they create are actually very like not like low value, reactionary, try to gin up as much controversy as possible. I got into a deep dive, a rabbit hole on this YouTuber who does critiques of other YouTubers, and one of the most amazing videos he did was on this guy who literally created a series of YouTube videos where he was like, "My girlfriend got killed in a car accident," and I'm like, guys, please subscribe, please help me. And it basically it was a series of video where
Yeah,
he
I
was
seen a
trying to,
couple of years back. Yep.
yeah, and eventually people were like, what are you talking about? Nobody, and like people did research, like this didn't happen. But the point of it was he was creating controversy because he knew that was what was gonna help him grow his audience. And of course, his audience did grow because controversy sells. And why is he doing all of that? Because the model says the only way to create value for yourself, extract value, is by driving up the eyeballs around you. Going back to what Arda was saying about the way that the model that a lot of communities are operating on is really about how do we drive as many um, people who want this thing as possible today. Can we get people to spend whatever today? And that's a lot of what you see in the NFT space, where people are building, releasing all these NFTs and spending a lot of energy on marketing. I've come across so many NFT marketing Q&A spaces, and I'm like, bro, that's not like what? And so, but that's ignoring the reality that the nature of the game has changed in that blockchain allows for corporation and latent value in a way that what is not possible. So, for example, I'll give you an example that kind of illustrates this. So I'm not talking too much in circles. Imagine for a second if the video of of Bill Gates talking to Jay Leno about the internet was an NFT. It was an NFT that was minted that night, but nobody really knew who Bill Gates was. Nobody really knew why they should care. And but somebody in that audience was like, that guy is speaking the truth. And they buy that NFT and they hold on to it. And all of a sudden, 10 years later, Bill Gates is Bill Gates. That clip, that moment that maybe only 5 people believed in is now worth a lot. And so the concept of investing in things is actually possible in the content space, but it wasn't possible before because you basically would have to create a video that generated as much traffic today in order to reap the rewards, right? Because of the algorithms is not gonna they're not gonna run ads on a video that's 10 years old unless some for some weird reason. So it's all the current model is all about recency, um, getting as many eyeballs as possible. But in reality, what we're seeing with crypto is that you can have a slow burn, and that's what Star Atlas is doing, guys. Like they're not releasing their game for 3 to 5 years. They're having a slow burn, and because the economics, the game theory of it all works, you don't need to rush out a game. You can take your time because the models have changed. So that's all I'll say.
Yeah, yeah. So I think the old model is too just a lot of clickbait, and excuse my French, but I think bullshit is bullshit, and people see that. You know what I mean? If people to see that you're a real team, a real content creator, that just goes a long way. You know what I mean? Like you really, um, you can fake a lot on the internet. I get it, but also when it comes to all of us, like I know you guys are all real people. I know this is who you guys are, not by just because of like profile pictures and we see your faces like me. Like nobody knows what I look like except if you find one of the one pictures where I did dox myself and you go on the Final Frontier essay.com. That's the only place I dox myself, but everywhere else I'm obviously the moon man. But like so I'm saying it in the way of like, just real is real. Like I mean, you can't uphold this many Twitter spaces. I mean, I guess you can. I guess there's actors in this world, but I don't know, man. It's real is real. You know what I'm saying? So I think, yeah, like you were basically saying, like that's gonna win in the end, and it is different because you can now invest into somebody's content, and you're cutting out the middleman. When it comes to NFTs, and that's why I think NFT music is gonna be the next thing that booms too, as well as gaming, because you can have you can be, only have 5,000 followers on all your socials, right? And you want to create music and you're trying to get that record deal that's going to be cut into multiple pies. You're probably only going to get so much. Then you're going to be locked in for a contract of 5 albums. And there's just so much that comes with it. But with NFT music, what that allows you to do is pay yourself, and the people get to buy your music, and you're cutting out the big overseer of music, and you get to create that music and say, okay, if I put out these NFTs of this good music for $10,000, however many NFTs you want to put out of that song, you now may be able to take that $10,000 and buy yourself a studio, do it all on your own, or have your buddy help you out with the music. And now you're just creating that wealth itself, and the people also that like your music and buy your music NFTs, and I'm going to use the word again, but they're now incentivized to push your content because they own your content in a way. We've seen that with, like Tory Lanez. He did 1 million NFTs for $1, I think it was, and it sold out in literally like 2 minutes. It's something very quick, but boom, just like that, he made $1 million because he has over 1 million fans. And $1 is not that much to one individual. That's not a lot. I'll pay $1 for anything, damn near. You know what I mean? But when you make 1 million of them, you have a good support crew. It changes the game to the fullest, and it just that's what's going to happen in all these sectors, and even for content creators. Like in my case, I'm putting out the stuff that's super expensive, but I'm also putting out the stuff that is a really affordable value, but it brings the people in, and I'm also giving them content, and I'm trying to be my best self. I say thank you. I reply to every comment. I'm you know what I mean? I'm trying to entertain you, and I'm trying to spread love, and I'm trying to see how you're doing, asking you how you're doing, and I'm trying to be a real person. Well, I am a real person, but you get what I'm saying. Like, that I think that just goes through, or that just goes a long way, and people see that. I think that kind of touches on what you were saying a little bit, kind of.
So is it almost like you're saying, like, in it, like buying a moment in time, right? Like you're minting a piece of history before it actually becomes a relevant
Yeah,
history.
yeah, and that's my point. Exactly, exactly. Like, think of I just think it's like, if that is a that was not possible before. You couldn't own a moment in history and then, like, if God, what's a good example here?
Well,
Like,
I think
imagine.
example is like the Gary V one that I said with like the ticket. You know what I mean? You're now allowed to have that VCon ticket, and you can do whatever you want with it, but it says you were there. Just like if you had, like I said back earlier, earlier in the beginning, if you have that Jordan, the Bulls '96 championship game ticket as an NFT, like that's crazy. You know what I mean? It's different than just, you know, yeah, if that makes sense. Yeah. Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's essentially one concept. I'm actually, I have to jump off this call, and Ash, I'm gonna actually just send you the thing I was gonna send you earlier, so you see what I'm talking about. Because I want to get your thought on it, because you see what I mean in a second. But before I jump off, I just want to thank you guys again for being such amazing people, and having such amazing conversation that always goes in so many different directions. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing.
Yeah, I look forward to that.
Thank you. Yeah, everybody,
Okay, later.
everybody in the audience, I say we just end it because I mean we've been running for about like 2 hours now, but everybody in the audience, please follow these people up here on stage. Please drop your socials. Tell these people who you are, where they can find you. Obviously, we're on Twitter, so it's really easy to find you. But I don't know. Let these people know what you're doing next. This is recorded and will be put up on YouTube for the people that didn't get to view it. It'll get its 2 views, right? But yeah, thank you everybody. Thank you. You guys are the best.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me, Moo Man. This was fun. I always enjoy talking to you guys. It's always a great time when we all get together.
I know I never get to join either, so this was really, really fun to be able to be a part of it. So thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Love you all.
Thanks for having me up as well. It was really fun. I always plan to do something else while we're talking, but I never get the chance to. I'm always just like deep into the conversation and I can't do anything for 2 hours. So it's been nice anyway. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you guys, man. Thank you guys. You're just my friends, and it's an easy invite because I know you guys are the best. So thank you everybody that listened into this. This was the after party number 2, and anytime there's big events, you're gonna be here with us, and we're gonna keep on having them. So thank you guys. Love you all, and let's go kick some ass this weekend. It's not over.